Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Unit Lost. This is HOTFIX. I'm Stylosa, and that chap over there is Mr. Kirioff. And we're going to talk about We're going to talk about the copyright mess on YouTube at the moment, because there is a lot of misinformation going around, and I've kind of got a lot of information considering my position. Although I'm going to tell you now, I cannot go into massive detail because of things that's going on within the network and all the rest of that stuff. Some of you may be aware of this. There's this whole channel classification thing going on. That's being worked on, so I can't really go into detail on that. But what I can talk about is the current mess of content ID claims. And this is what we're going to talk about, and why this is a bit retarded in, well, quite a few different ways. So firstly... Slightly irritating.
It is irritating. Is the phrase, slightly irritating.
So I am going to read out to you guys some of the copyright claims we've got. Now, we haven't got a lot. Now, I'm going to flat out say this and say we have been pretty lucky. Well, it's kind of, maybe luck isn't the right word. It's through not doing things we thought were dubious, right? Because there are certain things we could have done where we could have opened ourselves up to attack more. Also, I'm fucking freezing. That's why I've got all this stuff on. So... the first video, well, we've got like, hang on, let me just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos that have been content ID matched, right, so far. That's not a lot. You know, I've got friends, I've got people, I know people like Game Riot. He's a walkthrough channel, right? He's getting like 40 frigging copyright claims every few hours. I mean, he's just getting obliterated. There's a lot of people as well, but we'll get onto that, and I'll tell you why they are getting that, you know, why that is the issue with them. So for us, we've got Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Is It Pure, okay? This is a review of Far Cry 3, okay? Ubisoft have given me permission to produce video content on the game. In fact, I produced video content on that game before it even came out. They gave me early access, okay? But it's not Ubisoft who have put the copyright claim in. No, because I think you'll find it is, let me just bring this up, somebody called Scale Lab, okay? I'm like, okay, what is this? And then Ioda, which I don't know what that is, I haven't looked into that. But the copyright claim is for Little Richard, Long Tall Sally. Now that's a song, that's music, okay? You know, it's, you know, like the song from Predator. Long Tall Sally, gonna be bad. It's like that, right? We're probably going to get copyright claim because I've done that now. But whatever, it's for that, right? But the thing with that is, right, that shouldn't be the case, because Ubisoft have paid for the license off them. They can then not go and claim videos back on the game. You know, I'd imagine they're actually claiming official videos back that they've put out, you know, because they've used that music. That's like, that's a foul up of the system. Now, a distinction has got to be made here. I know, like, I'm just going to warn you guys as well. Mr. Kirioff could be kind of drowned out in this, but it's because I've got a lot of the information. But obviously, he's got a lot of anger. So, it's an automated system YouTube are using, so I think like there's a lot of these ID claims are coming up which are not exactly, you know, there's not some big bad guy go, yes, claim that video now. There's none of that, I don't think, going on. Well, there'll be some of that, but not a lot of it going on.
I think okay, that's actually that's kind of an important distinction to make early on, isn't it? Sometimes companies will claim videos because they want to get rid of them. In this case, I think it's probably fair to say the vast majority is simply down to whatever the hell is going on is down to incompetence as opposed to, you know, actual trying to be an evil git, which in some ways makes it kind of worse for me. But yeah,
cynically, could say now is a very good time to do that, because this brings me to our next video. Now, this is Guild Wars 2, What Happens. Yeah. Now, this is a fairly large video we've made. This is like 118,000 views, this video. 1,010 upvotes, 1,000 and like 102 down. So it's a very controversial video, okay? But if you search for Guild Wars 2 on YouTube, this will be the first video that pops up. And the video is called Guild Wars 2, What Happened, right? And this is a video where I honestly talk, I don't slate the game, I just talk about the game and say, you know, I'll just sort of summarise this. So I'm like, had a lot of promise, didn't quite deliver. That's basically all I'll say. Now, this has been matched for third-party content, okay? But why? It's just game footage. Well, it's been matched by Play NC, so that's NC Soft, yeah? This is the company that, you know, own ArenaNet, who make Guild Wars 2. So this is a legitimate ID match, okay? It's been matched because it contains trailers, okay, of the game. At least that's what they're going to say. But you could cynically say, well, they've done that because they don't like that video, which is a very dark thing if you think about this, because with the way this system is going, companies could quite easily file these copyright claims against videos Well, it's a content ID match. So the actual producer of the video makes no money off the video. But the video is still live. You can still watch it now. I guess you could say the next step would be like a takedown of the video. But they're not doing that. But that would really severely discourage me from doing something along the lines on another NC Soft game and being negative on it. So they kind of protect themselves from that. Now, that is a lot of like theory and speculation there. That might not be the case, but maybe it is. The other video we've got... Well, go on, Mr.
In a sudden raft of these, claims coming up, it would actually be relatively simple for someone who had that mindset to actually go through and take down stuff that they didn't want to be up, or at least find some way of making it work for them. I wouldn't want to say that's what they're doing, but it would be quite easy to do at this stage because of the sheer number of claims and everything that's going out. It'd be quite easy to slip a few through, if we're honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree. I think, like... I mean, if we go on to the next video, so this is a SimCity video, okay? This is a HOTFIX video of old. This is when we didn't have the webcam thing set up for HOTFIX, and we used to show game trailers and stuff like that. That's been taken out because it's got matched third-party content from EA, which, yeah, it's got EA's SimCity trailers in because we didn't buy that bag of shit game. Then you've got, like, another video we did with Dave Chaos has got a Blizzard trailer in it, and now Blizzard have said, well, this is incorrect, this is not right, I don't know why YouTube have done this. We'll sort this out. So hopefully that will get sorted out, but still there's a claim because it's a trailer. And then the last one is another HOTFIX video, which is the death of THQ, which hilariously, this one has been blocked worldwide. This isn't even an ID claim, just a video blocked. It's been claimed by THQ and Viacom.
Which is impressive, given that THQ doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Viacom do, but what? So that's been totally removed from the internet, that. So like, what I want to talk about is the reasons why channels are getting these ID claims put against them. Okay, so when I talked before about channel classification, so you can be an affiliate channel or you can be a managed channel within your network currently. To my knowledge, a affiliate channel has to deal with all the ID claims. A managed channel does not. They just continue as ever. Okay, I don't know who are managed channels, but you can probably guess the type of channels who are managed compared to channels of unit loss size, although there are some anomalies. Now, I've got like 6 or so of these ID claims, yeah? That's not that bad for us, right? But for somebody like, I said, I know Game Riot Army, he does walkthroughs. What is he going to do now? Or what is somebody like Force Strategy going to do? I mean, Force put a video out on this issue yesterday. He does a news show. Let's talk about some game, okay? Let's show their promotional trailer, which is designed for advertising, and put that in my video, that's fine. Oh, wait a minute, that's been content ID claimed. So that video, I'm afraid, you don't earn money off it. It's just the people who do that type of content, they're in a bad place. I don't think they're totally fucked, not yet, but they're in a bad place.
And the thing that confuses me about that is that showing the trailer to more people and talking over it and explaining what the game is and what the trailer means and all that kind of thing, that's extra advertising. So those are claims that, whilst they might be going through at the moment, and whilst, I don't know, some companies might be doing it legitimately, as in they actually want to do it, and the rest of it might be automated, it's kind of like, why would you wish to try and prevent people from advertising your new game, what you're showing off with the trailer? That's a bit of a weird... that's why I'm kind of hoping that a lot of it is kind of accidental, like it's automated, but it's not automated correctly. Because if so, that kind of would show a worrying trend, wouldn't it? Of companies who are saying, yeah, you can work, but you can show off our stuff, but you're not going to benefit from it, which is like, that's not really on.
It would be very easy to just sit down and slate and just go crazy and go, this is bullshit. What's going on? All these claims, they're clearly not... They shouldn't be happening. This is like ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, there are certain types of content on YouTube which have always been considered a grey area. Now, you could say that channels that have gone down this route and built a massive audience off this type of content, they're kind of asking for this to happen. So if you're a Let's Play channel, okay, Unit Lost does Let's Play stuff, although ours is different. Now, I've said this before in the past. The only reason why I call our videos Let's Play for things like XCOM and... Civilization and the Papers, Please, is because that's what people understand is a series-based video. This is something which isn't a one-off episode. But internally, we always refer to these as like series content. It's a special series because we come up with a lot of what's going on, you know. But we almost always exclusively focus on games where we make our own story. There's no cutscenes. I mean, look at Civ, for example. I mean, Civ's the best example. Where are the cutscenes in Civ? You know, where it's a totally different game every time. You know, that's a much better game to focus that type of content onto. But there are a lot of channels out there, like, I mean, I guess Jesse Cox is a good example of this. Now, whether he's managed or what, I don't know. You could probably say maybe he is, who knows. I'm afraid he does things like Let's Plays of Dishonored, Let's Plays of Dead Space, Let's Plays of... And I'm pretty sure he's showing off the cutscenes because it's integral to the Let's Play. And I think that's resulting in you can't have that video. But as I said, I've not seen anything from him, so I don't know about that. Most likely he's protected. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of... I mean, there are really big channels out there who are getting smashed with this. I mean, I've seen NerdCube going crazy about this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I think they're in Machinima, and Machinima don't really offer any support because they're pretty shit in that respect as a network.
Yeah.
And so they're out on their own, and they don't know what to do, and they're just like going on Twitter and having a rant, and I'm looking at it thinking, well... I can understand, like, well, I can't really understand because it's bullshit. We all know this is bullshit because the amount of sales Let's Play channels produce for games must be ridiculous. You look at something like NerdCube, hundreds of thousands of views of a game like fucking, I don't know, any game you could mention. Let's just say Deadpool, okay? Loads of people would have bought the game because they've seen him play it. They wouldn't have bought it otherwise, yeah? The times have changed and people use YouTube channels to kind of check out the type of content or the type of games that they may be interested in buying before they buy it. Because what they usually do is they subscribe to a channel because they're of a similar mindset to the people running the channel, okay? So they like NerdCube, we'll just use him as an example. So they subscribe to him, they like his mentality. So they're most likely going to like the type of games he likes. Now he's playing a game and he's showing you how good the game is. You go out and buy the game. What's happening now is, though, you're going to get hit with these content ID claims because you've either used the clip that's got some sort of music in, you've used the clip that shows a cutscene, or you've used the trailer. These Let's Play guys, it's the cutscene thing which is going to smash them quite bad.
Yeah.
But like they put yourself in the position of like the corporate entity when because I mean a company has had to issue the guidelines, you know, the framework for the content ID claim. The ID claim itself is automated from YouTube's point of view, but they've had to put the criteria in, you know. So some of these companies have said, or have chose to say, we don't like Nintendo, I think Sega did this, but Nintendo, I'm looking at you. We don't like Let's Play content because it shows all of our game off. So people can sit there and just watch a Let's Play and not buy the game. Okay? We don't like that, so we don't want anybody doing that. That's kind of like, you can understand that maybe. Problem is, though, I am pretty sure this is the case. In fact, I'm almost 100% certain this is the case. If you let people do Let's Plays of the game, they get exposed to the game, and then they probably go and buy the game, okay? Me, personally, I would not sit there and watch a Let's Play through to the end, and then I would most likely watch it for a few episodes and think, this is a pretty interesting game, I'm going to pick it up and play it myself. That is the type of marketing these big companies cannot possibly do. So when you've got companies like Nintendo that don't like that type of attitude, and they don't want people to do that, it's a very, like, backwards way of looking at things. Maybe, I don't want to appear racist or anything, but maybe that's an Asian way of looking at things compared to a more Western way. If you look in Europe and you look at companies like Paradox Interactive, they let you do whatever you like. Ubisoft. I got an email off Ubisoft this morning telling me that any claim against any Ubisoft video is complete crap. Send the video to them and they will have it removed straight away because they don't want it. You know, they know that it gives them massive exposure. They know that it's such an EA. I think even EA know it as well, even though they're shitbags and they probably, you know, they've content claimed our stuff, but maybe it's just, you know, forceful. Try and get that sorted out. Like the only good thing with Unit Lost at the moment and people in Polaris as a whole, Polaris is not a massive network, so Polaris channels get a shitload of support. So I have got somebody I can go, hang on a minute, I need you guys to sort this out for me, and they will. But it's kind of ridiculous when you see these other channels who don't have that, and they don't know what's going on. Like I said at the start of the video before I let Kiri jump in, I think I can openly admit that I'm in talks with Polaris to try and get things sorted out. And if I said that this is... this may be a slight exaggeration, but saying I'm like fighting for the future of the channel, I kind of am in one respect in its current format, because things will probably have to change come next year if I don't get what I want. But like I said, I can't really go into that, so it's kind of pointless to be going into it at the moment. Hopefully I'll have more details on that in you know, the next few days or so.
I think one thing that is actually genuinely worrying with the sudden... with the raft of content ID claims that's going out to everybody, and I mean, we know of other smaller channels that have been really badly hit by it. we know of Force SC2 strategy, we know of Nerdcube and everyone. That I really, really hope that most of this is accidental. That it's just, this is the result of a sweep going on and things were not ironed out correctly, or the criteria were not set properly. Because if we're actually seeing like the start of something that could actually become commonplace, where if there's a bit of a trailer or a bit of a cutscene or anything like that in your video, you get ID, you have your video either taken away, blocked, or monetized for someone else, that would be terrible, because that would essentially be big companies saying, yeah, well, we like people doing free advertising, but we don't want them to actually earn anything from it. We want to earn from it. That's bad. That's trying to have your cake and eat it as well, which, even though I hate that phrase, kind of makes sense in that context, because the thing with any Let's Play and any video of your game, the chances are it's going to have an effect on at least one person. At very least one. And it's free advertising. You don't have to do anything. You do your marketing campaign, you release your game, a Let's Player picks it up, he's got 2 million subscribers, he plays it, and then a bunch of people who perhaps weren't even interested before, they saw the original marketing campaign and thought, not fussed. Then they saw 4 episodes and thought, oh, this is quite good, and bought it. It's free advertising. It's literally effort-free advertising, allowing Let's Players and YouTube channels to talk about your game. And it's even more so when it comes to things like trailers, which is why I feel really sorry for Force, because...
yeah.
Literally, so I think one of the videos was he was just talking about Hearthstone. Now, Blizzard have said that, it's complete crap, but it's like, if he takes a trailer and he's excited about the game and he says, this is going to be available on this platform and this, and they're talking about doing this, that, and the other, and he's adding extra information, he's giving you everything that, anyone knows over the top of this trailer, because there's no other footage, because it's only out in trailer form, and then that gets claimed. It's like, well, what's the point of him doing it? That's advertising that they have not had to do.
Well, I mean,
his subbase is seeing that,
and it's another way to look at it as well. December, right? Adverts are worth a shitload of money. This is going into more of the business side of YouTube. Yeah, December is Christmas, right? So that means adverts are worth loads of money because everybody's competing for a limited amount of ad space, right? So they're paying more and more and more for their ads, yeah? This means that adverts in December, like I said, are worth a lot of cash, and that's usually a pretty good month for YouTube channels, because January and February are completely shit. You don't earn any money, right? Because everybody spent all the money on... But basically, I think what happens is marketing budgets for companies, they sort of budget to spend a shitload at the end of the year and then hardly none at the start of the year, so they can make up their, that gets a bit complicated and stuff. But basically, December's a big month. So for YouTube to turn up and start deciding to do this in the middle of December is a fucking retarded thing in of itself, because it's going to handicap content creators. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we need fucking money to run things like this. We cannot sit around and make videos on a whim and just think, oh yeah, this is fine. Maybe that won't get ID claimed fraudulently, or a false ID claim. Like Kiri said with Force and Blizzard stuff and Hearthstone, Blizzard have fucking said on their Twitter accounts, this is like, we didn't do this. We don't know what's going on, right? But now
that's really good for them.
Yes, but now they're making money off those videos. I've just slammed my camera down there. Now they're making money off those videos. The rage. Now they're making money off those videos, and Force isn't. Blizzard are now making money off our HOTFIX videos, and we're not. Okay, we've used their stuff, but we've just used it like it's not like we're fucking earning millions, ladies and gentlemen. It's like it's a pittance basically, but it is frustrating that it's happened in this month, And like Kiri said, there are some of these big channels which are getting hit, but there are also a lot of big channels that, like I said previous, are, I believe, pretty much protected from anything that's going on, which is a very interesting thing. Which, depending on the way my negotiations go with the network, I will tell you, what the hell has happened, because we've got I think there is more of a thing starting to happen where you're almost getting like a 2-tier YouTube, which you've got a lot of these, so-called affiliate channels. Then you've got these other channels which you've got slightly more privileges, but like I said, the whole affiliate thing that'll probably come out towards January, and you'll see a lot of people talking about that then. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about it now. It does directly tie into the YouTube copyright situation. That's why I'm talking about it now, because essentially what it means is, if you want to put a video out, you may have to go through a random copyright check on a video, and that could take, YouTube says, up to 2 days, but I'll tell you now, that is complete crap, because YouTube, look what they've done with the ID system and all these inaccurate claims that have gone through, and they're probably going to take weeks to remove just them. So you're going to be looking at a situation where it's going to take a very long time to get a video out to market. And if you do something like a hotfix, well, HOTFIX is dead, because how the hell could we do a HOTFIX video and have to wait for 2, 3, even if we had to wait 2 days, it would be irrelevant, you know, because the time is gone then. And they say things like, well, maybe if you make the video before, a week before, how the hell can you make a video a week before for a reactionary discussion-based show on topics within the gaming industry? It's fucking bullshit. It's like Force as well. Like, and anybody who does news...
That would be like telling Force to do the news a week before the news has happened. Yeah, it's not even possible. They don't have access to time travel, so that's a bullshit argument. Yeah. And that's one of the things that is the most frustrating about this. The fact that time-sensitive content, trying to give you reactionary stuff on important things that are happening, like this that's happening here, we wouldn't be able to, you know, there's a chance we might not be able to do this next year, purely because if we make the video and we put it out, we've got to wait for God knows how long for it even to appear. And it could be 2 days, it could be 2 bloody weeks, it depends on just how mangled the system is at the time. Oh, yeah, and then it's completely worthless. It's like, it'll go up and people will be like, what are you talking about?
Videos as well, it can impact on like a Let's Play or like some sort of series content, because you put episode 1, 2 or 3 out and then suddenly episode 4 is under review for 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We're just going to have to wait now, even though you've got the other episodes ready to go. So it is a pain up the ass, and I think certain channels are going to be able to just circumnavigate that. And like I said, we're in talks with this because I need to find out what's going on. I don't know all of the details, and like I said, I'm not going to sit in a public place and just talk about that in detail because that's not, well, it's not a professional thing to do. But I think going back to the whole copyright ID thing, I think it's something that's been on the cards for a very long time, that this would inevitably happen, because you're gonna have like companies in the category of, like, let's say the A category, where they want to control everything that comes out with their game. They don't want negative stuff going out, they want positive stuff, right? They do not want shit quality stuff going out, they want high quality stuff going out. Let's just say this is Activision, okay? And that's Call of Duty. So they only want, you know, the established Call of Duty channels to keep making Call of Duty content. They don't want Billy Bob down the road to make his fucking Call of Duty video where he's screaming down his headset, loads of racial abuse and God knows what, because that's how the game actually is. You know, they don't want anybody to see that, so they shut him down, sort of thing, or they don't ever give him permission to use his video. So that could be a situation where you've got, let's say, 100 YouTube channels have got the green light to put video content out on that game. Everybody else cannot do it. If they do it, they just get claimed straight away. That's probably, you know, there will be those type of companies. Then you've got company group B, which are these ones like Nintendo, who just think you're ruining the game. You know, if you put out Let's Play content or stuff like that, and they don't want that, so they want to protect their content in that fashion. So nobody can make videos on it. Then you've got companies in like the category of, let's say, C. These are people like Paradox, like Ubisoft, and like Blizzard, and all the other companies that understand this is a change in market, and YouTube is the definite premier destination on the internet, in fact anywhere, for video game advertising. It totally blows the written websites out of the water. You know, in fact, I bet they're probably quite enjoying what's going on at the moment, because it's like, you know, we're doing okay. But the fact is, hundreds, it's probably billions of views a month on video game content across YouTube, right? That is not matched anywhere. You know, that amount of advertising is insane. You know, look at our, look at us, look at my personal experience of YouTube. Okay, before I even started YouTube, do you know what I used it for? I just used it to search for gameplay clips of games, because I never trusted any review. I didn't even trust reviews of people like Rock Paper Shotgun. I'd be like, I don't know what this guy's saying. I don't even know who this guy is. You know, and I'd look at a gameplay clip and think, that game looks interesting. I'd go out and buy the game. And then it's evolved from that to these personalities like me and Kiri, where we tell you what we think about games, and you get to know us, and you get to know the type of games we like, and we share them with you, and then you possibly maybe go out and buy them, type of thing. It's a very good form of advertising. It's sort of like, you've gone down the pub with your mates, and you're not reckoning, I'm not, like, look at this. We are not recommending games to our mates down the pub. We're recommending games to like 30,000 fucking people. It's like, what? That is a shitload of chums down the pub. Yeah. I don't know any pub that could hold that. Good Lord, it'd be an amazing place. But, like, you know, that is literally, ladies and gentlemen, I could talk about this all day, because I just think, like, I can understand why some of these claims are coming in. I can sympathise to a point with certain channels. And then I can also think to myself, yeah, but you've been a bit stupid pursuing that type of content. You know, you knew this would probably happen, so why did you do it?
Think, for me, I feel sorry for those channels who focus a lot on narrative-based Let's Plays, because, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you could kind of see it coming, sort of. I mean, it wasn't like blatantly obvious that suddenly you're going to have like an entire series like content ID claimed, because that's like kind of a worst-case scenario that I don't think anyone really wants to consider. But at the same time, it's like they've built up a name for themselves doing this, and this is not something that has happened before. It's not like they've been putting these episodes up and every single one of them has been claiming they've had to, mess about counterclaiming, all that kind of thing. No, it's like this is stuff that's been up for ages. I mean, there's just, there are people talking about how there are videos from 2012 getting smashed by this. I mean, they're probably not even thinking about those videos anymore. It's like, oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, shit, it's been claimed. Why? It's just... I think my main real proper fear with this is the fact that at the moment we cannot tell who is doing it for what reason. Some of it is accidental, but if there are genuinely companies out there who are looking at a massive form of free advertisement where they don't have to do anything other than release the goddamn game, and then other people will produce videos advertising that game for free for thousands of other people who might then go and buy it, if they're looking at that and going, yeah, we can make some money from this. No, fuck you. You already are. That is the one thing I'm scared of with all of this. That this is going to become some sort of, almost like a hostile takeover of some YouTube channels where it's just.
I think that's happening.
That's
ours. I think that's
punch my mic. I'm that irritated.
Like a hostile takeover. I think that is already happening to some channels. I know of some very questionable stuff going on from certain places where they're trying to control YouTube channels, and it's quite like questionable. But I'd love to be able to go into that, but I can't. But it's nothing to do with my network or anything like that. But it's a games publisher, and there's a couple of them that are trying to do it, and it's just like no, that I think like there are different ways of like there's a lot of different ways of trying to control this, because I think what happens is YouTube is very much free game. Anybody can go out there and do what they like, right? It's all, freedom of speech and all this crap, and that's fine. But when it comes down to a product that's being sold, if you slate somebody, a product from a big company, they don't want that bad advertisement out there, especially if it starts getting big views. It's like, whoa, we've got to get rid of this because this is going to cost us money. So they get rid of it. And they can do that because, unfortunately, money's everything in this world. If you've got loads of money, you can do whatever the fuck you like. Even if you're wrong, you can still be right. It's crazy. So I think we're going to see a crackdown on that. I mean, fucking hell, look at that Gary's Day One incident with Total Biscuit. Oh, so they don't particularly have a lot of money, but it just shows you how they can have a video taken down. It's actually surprisingly easy to get videos taken down, especially if it's using something you can prove is yours. You can say, no, they've used my video, I don't like that. They're using my content, get it down. So, like, you could have games companies and publishers that are proud of what they've made and know it's a good game, i.e. Minecraft, subjectively Minecraft, i.e. Other games like that, or any other game that's really popular on YouTube, because they know a load of positive videos are going to be made. But if they make a bad game, they're going to want to try and say, we don't want a lot of this going out, let's try and cover this up as much as possible so we can still get sales and con people into buying the game. That's how business works, ladies and gentlemen. They are scumbags. It's all about money and profit and everything. And that worries me because, I don't know. Like, I say it worries me. Like, at the moment, this is the honest to God situation of that Unit Lost is in, right? We don't have many ID claims. We've got some, but we can probably get them sorted out, okay? It's not going to be that crushing to us because it's not like half the channel has been content ID claimed, because we're not a Let's Play channel. We're not a channel that just uploads trailers and shit like that, okay? We use them in works, but they've been claimed, and that's fine. But we did move away from that. And like I said, these are honest, legitimate reasons why we moved away. It's because I am thinking this is iffy. I knew there was like loads of issues on the Game Station podcast at the time with trailers. So why continue to just dance with the devil? Like this is like stupid behaviour. But I think the biggest issue for us will be, if this doesn't get sorted out, a delay on being able to upload videos. Which, if you put a delay on us being uploaded, we have to wait for a video to get approved before it goes live. Now, don't get me wrong, we could put the video live straight away without any adverts on it. But now I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the God's honest truth, no fucker is going to do that because we need money to survive. Because unfortunately, you cannot live in this world without cash monies. You can't just put a video out, oh, I love the game, I'm just going to do it. No, you've got to wait until it's got adverts enabled. And that could like put a serious backlog of content on Unit Lost.
Annoyingly, there are people who, when it comes to that, will say things like, "Oh, well, that just proves you're doing it for the money." Well, no, doing it for the money and needing money to live, two completely different things. You don't start a YouTube channel for the money, because if you did, you'd be mental, because you'd starve to death if you tried to live off the revenue for the first couple of years, at the very, very least.
Oh yeah.
That's like complete bollocks. So that's a non-argument. So no one should use that. But if they do, it's worth pointing out. yeah, you start doing this because you enjoy it, because you love playing games, you like talking about games. In our case, you like playing games with your mates. But if it gets to the point where you might actually be able to, you know, earn some money off the thing you love doing, anyone who says that's a bad thing, they're off their face. And at the moment, the way things are going, if things do go as bad as they possibly could, with massive delays on videos being published after being put in for advertising, with content ID claims going everywhere, it will kill channels completely. Because if there's one thing that you require for everything in life, including the PC that we're making this video on, the internet connection that's used to upload it, it's money. That's just the fact of it.
The simple way of putting this is money makes the content better. That is just it. That's the end of the story. It's like, with the YouTube revenue we get, it makes the content better. That's it. That's all this is about. Yeah. You know, like Kiri said, you cannot go out into YouTube and think, I'm just going to make loads of money off YouTube, because you're not going to do that. And like you said, you will be like I've said in the past as well. You know, I had an interview earlier on this, I think it was at the end of last month, and like I said the same thing. You cannot go out and start and just give things up and think, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. It's just not going to work. You need to have some sort of, like, you just couldn't do that. It's crazy. But like, the issue is, right, okay, I'm not worried about what's going on at the moment for my channel. I'm worried about what's going on for other channels, because it's quite bad. And I know that those channels have done extremely good things for the games in question that they are getting smashed for, and they should not have these claims placed against them. Okay? On a cynical level, yes, that is owned by said company, so they want money off it. But that company has made fucking loads of money off game sales, and I can easily sit here and say, you know, a video with 100,000 views on is probably only generated at, like, ad revenue equivalent of about 5 game box sales, if that. So there's nothing. There's not even any comparison. You know, they're going to sell. Why would they even care about that? You know, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's stupid, considering how much advertising they get for no effort. So, you know, I think there are a lot of people who are going to suffer, and I think if people can't get protected from this whole issue, then there will be some drastic changes, especially to people like anybody, like I guess like Dodger or somebody who does a news show. Well, they're fucked unless they're just going to vlog it and just not show any footage. Kind of be like HOTFIX, where we don't show any footage because we know it's stupid, and even now we know it's fucking retarded. We just get killed.
Yeah.
In fact, we should have done, just for the sake of it, just to see if we could get copyright strike. Well, I sung Little Tall Richie Sally, whatever the fuck the song. Like I said, just to be sure we get the copyright thing. But it is like, the thing is like, oh man, I know this is starting to drag on a bit, this HOTFIX, but it is such a fucking ball ache of an issue. Through being on YouTube, I've got to know a lot of people, and I see the type of stuff they do, and you know what they do, and all the rest of that stuff, and it's great and it's fine. And then somebody comes in and says you can't do that anymore because we want to make a pittance off you. It's like, hang on a minute, that's a bit fucking bad, you know?
Yeah. And
those people are ending up in situations where they don't know what they're going to do. I think come January, like I said, there's going to be a lot of. I don't think you're going to see channels disappear, but you're going to see changes, a lot of changes. I think Twitch is probably going to get a lot more popular. Probably a hell of a lot more popular. So again, you could say, why would YouTube even do something like this when their only competitor for gaming content online is going to get bigger as a result? It don't even make any sense. It's like, I don't know. You know, I spoke to channels and they've said to me, fuck this. I'm starting to get Twitch sorted out. I'm not going to bother with this anymore. You know, I can't keep up with the stuff because, you know, if you rely on getting your video out as soon as possible, you are fucked. Luckily, Unit Loss doesn't entirely rely on that, so we're kind of okay-ish, like I said. But again, even it'll change. It'll change the amount of content on YouTube and stuff like that, and it's just, you know. But like I said, going back to the ID issue, it's a thing that's happening. It's happening in a month, which is bullshit, and I believe it's happening because people either use music, either use a trailer, or cutscenes from a game. Now, the music thing, like I said, is very dubious because you're getting these claims from fucking people who shouldn't even be claiming for the music, which is just ridiculous. You do get a lot of false claims as well from, like, fucking Billy Bob International has claimed your game of, I don't know, Civilization. It's like, who the hell is this guy? You know, he's nothing. That is a fraudulent claim, and that is a big issue on YouTube. There's a lot of that going on. So I think it's going to take a few months.
I've had that. I've had that happen to a video that I put up as unlisted just to show someone how a game works, and it's just like, I mean, my channel is a nothing channel. My channel exists purely so I can comment on you. I've said this before. It exists purely to comment and reply to people in the comments of the Unit Lost videos. And I uploaded one video, which was just to show someone else what a particular music-based game was like, and I got claimed instantly by someone who I've never even heard of. And that's like, if it's possible for a nothing channel like mine that has no activity, imagine what it's like for everybody else with any number of subscribers. It happens all the bloody time. And actually having all of this happening as well, it's making it even worse, because it's just pile on pile of crap and content ID claims going on over and over again, most of the time for absolutely nothing. Like stuff like Blizzard, that shouldn't happen. Why does that happen? Ubisoft, why does that happen? We'll sort it out. It's a shitty time to do it. It's a frankly kind of shitty system that it's being done with, and it's basically leading on to an even shittier way of working out how people can monetize the goddamn videos. All in all, it's not a great bloody time for doing anything remotely serious on YouTube, because it feels like they're trying to piss you off as much as humanly possible, frankly.
I mean, like I've said, it's become... it would be pretty difficult to start a YouTube channel now. It was difficult when we started. It's very difficult now. Well, last week. But now it's like even more difficult, because you are going to be in like a world of pain. And it's I don't know. I think it's starting to move away from this like playground of anybody can do what they like, and it's starting to move into a thing where these YouTube channels, especially large channels, are starting to become like almost, I guess, regulated in a sense, but they're like regulating themselves, kind of. I don't know. It's a very, like I said, there's a lot of this stuff which it's very hard for me to speak in detail about, but as I said, possibly in the next few days I should be able to talk about this, or even definitely in January, because it's very interesting. Because, as I said, if there are major changes to Unit Lost, I'll let you guys know, because you guys are the fans, and without the fans we wouldn't have Unit Lost. But I would say worst case scenario is most likely there will be stuff still going on YouTube, but there won't be things like HOTFIX anymore, because it just wouldn't work, and there'd probably be more of a focus on streaming, I'm afraid. So I think we'll leave it at that, Mr. Kiriap. I think like my sympathies are with these channels that are having problems, and they shouldn't be having problems because they're false claims. And I'm kind of a bit sympathetic towards channels who do things like show cutscenes off and upload trailers and stuff like that, because maybe they didn't know, you know, maybe they were just thought it was fine to do that. Which, to be fair, you know, you look at your copyright agreements for your network, and they do say you can upload gaming content, so that's gaming content, isn't it? And it's an advert, like Mr. Kiriov said, a trailer is, so why would that cause a problem? You know, but like I said, we were kind of a bit clever and thought, yeah, we're not going to upload loads of trailers anymore. You know, we're not going to do stuff that's cutscene heavy and shit like that, because there's a chance it could get taken down, and, you know, so they are to blame a little bit, but I do feel sympathetic to them because of the massively positive impact they have had on whatever games they've done. You know, even like I said, using Jesse Cox as an example, if he is subjected to this, he has probably sold, I don't even know how many games, but he's probably sold loads of games, loads of Bioshock Infinite, loads of this, that, you know.
So like, there was always a danger of it happening, but the fact that it's happened doesn't make it right that it's happened. I think that's what it boils down to.
Yes, but like, you know, but legally it can happen. That's the thing. Like, this is the thing. Like, because going down that kind of route is like saying, well, the marijuana argument. You could just say, well, yeah, but it's fine. You know, it's cool. It's a medical drug, man. Actually, it's meant to help Crohn's, so maybe I should start taking it. You know, blah, 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 and all this crap. But really, it's still an illegal drug in the eyes of the law. So if you to sit there and start smoking it, I'm afraid the police can come and arrest you, sir. Even if it shouldn't be, which I don't think it should. You know, because it's not exactly a... I mean, okay, it does fuck the brains up of kids who smoke it and shit like that. But, you know... But again, like, what I'm saying is, like, that is illegal. But just because it's fine to do it doesn't mean it should be fine, and that's the same sort of thing which can be applied to this YouTube thing. Like I said, it is really, really fucking complicated, and like I'm trying to wrap this up, but it's getting quite difficult to do it. But I feel sorry for the channels who have been smashed with this. I feel happy that we haven't been smashed with it, because then that kind of reaffirms the point of the changes we made were good changes, and that's fine. And I'm a bit worried for the future in terms of how much content can be put out and how fast it can be put out because of these copyright checks. But as I say, I'll keep you guys updated as to what the hell is going on with Unit Lost as much as possible. So I think, Mr. Kirioff, we'll leave it at that, because we're like 40 minutes in. This is quite a long hotfix, probably one of the longest ones we've done. What I want to know is what you guys think about this below. This has probably been a very interesting listen for most people. You know, do you run a YouTube channel? Have you had these issues? Do you feel sympathetic like we do towards these channels that have done so many good things for their game of choice or whatever games they play, yet to only have the small amount? Because I must stress, ladies and gentlemen, this is a small amount of money they make off these videos. You know, like I said, I'm trying to end this, but I'm going to give you one more example before I go. If you want to make a video, all right, and put it out, an advertisement video, and get something like 200,000 views on it, that is an expensive thing to achieve, right? If you give the video to NerdCube, well, the game to NerdCube, and he makes a video, and he comes back with 400,000 views on a video, okay, well, you just gave him the game. It cost you nothing because you just gave him a Steam key, and he's made a video that's just made you hundreds, possibly thousands of sales of that game because he liked it, because it was a good game. Why would you then content ID the fucking clip? It's like, what? Yeah, it's just terrible. We're going to leave it at that, though, ladies and gentlemen. My throat is destroyed. And if you are watching HOTFIX today, this is on whatever day this is, the 11th of December. Remember, it's 7 PM tonight. Live stream goes live with a bit of Dark Souls. Don't forget. Shameless plug. If you're not watching this on that date, then you're fucking stupid. But whatever.
And you've missed
you don't know what's going on. You go to the stream. No. Oh, yeah. Anyway. I'm out of here later. Oh, and the stream's twitch.tv/UnitLost. Promote everything. Just promote everything. But we're out of here. Leave your comments below. And we'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.